what the hell was I going to say? Oh, 2022. So you're working on an album, so I figure more heat has to be coming this year from you. What can we expect from you this year?
Definitely can expect a record.
Okay, word.
I can't, but it's gonna be a project coming this year for sure. Like the first single was the first taste of like what you could have to come. Because I mean that song I think is very special, and I believe in that song a lot. So I'll be definitely working that song for a while.
Word.
And I have more singles. I got like maybe like 1 or 2 more singles. I don't know. We'll see how I feel about it. But yeah, no, it's more shit to come, man. It's definitely more shit to come this year. Mm-hmm. Definitely a full length. I'm very excited for this project actually, because you know when I make like I said, the floating like project was a mixtape. Like, right, yeah. Concept, it was a mixtape. It was like it's the pandemic, so let me just fuck around.
So that means your last full time project was what? So was the Shell then? Right.
Yeah.
So that's been a couple years now.
My first, in my opinion, like that's my first independent project. Like my first like real like album.
Right. Yeah.
Like, cause I did my 19 years, but I also consider that like a tape.
Okay.
Type. You know what I'm saying? But like the Shell was like my first like album. Cause I really lived with all that music for a long time. And I really it was very intricate. Everything was detailed and specific and real. Like these is real, like my real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just much more thought out, much more time was put into it. And I feel the same way about this like project to the point where like it's songs on this album that was made. I do this weird thing, right? I also do it in conversation. I start working on something. So I was working on the Shell, but I was getting frustrated. I made like 6 versions of that album. Like there was at one point that album was like a double disc, like it was like a half and half type of thing.
Yeah.
And it was like a day side and a night side. And then it was like it went through so many different phases to the point where I was like, okay, let me just stop thinking about this. And I started making another album, which is pretty much this album.
Okay.
So I started working on this album when I was making the Shell in 2019, beginning of 2019. It's a lot of newer songs now, but there are songs on this project from then. And I think those songs were better than the songs on the Shell. That's why I didn't do anything with them. That's why I was like, okay, let me just hold them. Now I've been coming back to them and bringing new shit to it, or just making shit sound better, or adding more and building onto the songs, and just like trying to flesh out full records. Because conceptual records, fun shit, singing shit, everything type shit. Just because I just feel like, I don't know, bro, shit just been feeling dry. So like, I don't know, somebody need to come throw some little sauce in the goddamn pot or something. I don't know. So I'm finna try to do that.
Well, I'm ready for it.
And I think somewhere I read about the Shell said it refers to actually your room, because you said that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but it said your room was like your eggshell where he had all his creative process, and that was it, kind of like cracking the shell, allowing us to kind of go into, you know, his
Where do you
mind.
find these? Where do you find
Yeah,
these?
all right, I was trying to be like Nardwuar out here.
Where do you find these tidbits, bro? Like,
yeah, who said that? Well, who wrote that?
I don't know. I think I saw it on some article, man. I can find it for a while, but
that makes sense though, because that was the concept. That was 100% the concept. It was like my room, because I did spend a lot of time in my room. Like once in middle school, I had hella friends. Like I ain't gonna say I didn't have friends in high school, but I had mad friends in high school. But in middle school, like all my friends stayed around me because we always like stationed for the same shit. We always going to the same school. So I had hella friends around me. I'd be outside. We'd be hooping, whatever we were doing. Right. You feel me? Like, but once we went to high school, we all went to different high schools. So niggas started seeing each other. So I wasn't going outside of my neighborhood no more. I stayed in the suburbs. I don't live in the city. So like if I want to really go somewhere, I gotta get took somewhere.
Right.
Like by my family or like my friends, my older friends who might drive or some shit like that. So I'm really like at home. I'm really at home. So I'm in my room pretty much most of the time. Like I go out, I watch movies with my grandparents every now and then. Like I talk to my grandma, my granddaddy, but I'm in my room. I'm making songs pretty much. That's all I was doing. Like, and I was incubating because I'm sitting in here, I'm making this music, but I'm also like, I'm a thinker. Like I be thinking too much, like slick. To what a point, like I need to really be putting more action behind a lot of these thoughts. Mm-hmm. Like, but I'm a thinker, bro. And I'm just sitting there thinking about all this different shit that I'm like me, myself, like my past, like my friends, like the music. How can I make it work? What do I need to do? Am I doing something wrong? Am I doing something right? Am I good enough? Is that the problem? Is am I in this room too much? Like, is that the problem? Like just all type of different shit. But that was my shell, and I felt like in that same time period that this album was being made, that I was stepping out. Like I had threw my own show for the first time. That's when I did the Shit Jelani project. I had threw that show. Like I threw my first show in Atlanta with that project. It was for my birthday. So like, and like I think I probably sold like 80 tickets, but I feel like 100 people came.
Yeah.
So like that was cool as fuck. And I was like, damn, I can do this. Like I can do some shit. Cause these folks can't. Like I booked folks myself. Like I found a venue for my partner. Like I paid all the money. I did it myself. I was like, damn. So that's what that's like. Okay, boo. I really feel like I'm outside. Like I feel like and the shell was like, okay, now I'm out here and I made these songs. These are my songs that I made when I was here. Here, I'm outside.
Right.
Boom. Pandemic. Boom. Now I'm inside.
We were all inside for that one, though. We were all inside then.
I'm saying it was like crazy because it was like I dropped that shit. Shit was kind of doing fine. Like I ain't gonna say it's not doing fine now, but I'm saying like the project was moving pretty well. Like people were finding out about it. Like people, like I said, somebody. I think your guy behind the camera, he said he heard one of my songs. It was probably from the shell.
Yeah, probably.
Because I got from the
show. He shook his head. Yes.
Yeah, I got a playlist for like two of those songs.
Yeah.
And like Patrick CC found out about that shit, so all the YouTube folks were talking about that shit for a minute. Like that shit was moving pretty nice, bro. And then we went inside, bro. And then I ain't know what the fuck I was supposed to do. So shit, I just started rapping.
Probably the best way to
spend I do best.
Best way to spend your time.
Go back to the studio.
I think I read somewhere sometime, not about you, but it was in general. It said that the pandemic was going to was either going to bring the worst or the best out of people. Like if you're sitting aside, your thoughts, like you're either going to use this time to plan an attack coming out of it, or you're going to use this time to bullshit and come out worse than you were before you went in.
Not even nowhere near on none.
Right. Yeah. So at least for you, you took the time to kind of like just keep working on your craft and get staying with it. I mean,
I put out an album in 12 EPs.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking nuts. Yeah, that's crazy.
Where does that drive come from for being so consistent? You have so much music out. You're only 22. Where does that drive come from? Like, what are your goals? Is it just because you're doing what you love, or is it because you want to be big, you want to be making money? Like, where does that consistency and that hunger come from?
I'm definitely trying to make some money. I have not figured that part all the way out yet. I got some money. I ain't got some money here and there, but I ain't figured that shit out yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm literally in the process of like, I want to do this shit independent. Like honestly, like I would like to be like the biggest independent artist like ever.
Yeah.
Like, and that's very like idealistic, but that's a fire-ass like goal. Would I ever do a deal with somebody? Yeah, if it made sense. Cause hey, shit, who wouldn't take a good deal? Everybody gonna take a good deal. Yeah. I probably could get a good deal if I wanted one. I just ain't got one yet. So shit, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I make this music because like I feel like I want to do these. I want to do a stadium show one day. Like I want to be like Michael Jackson. Fuck, hell you talking about? Like, I want to be like Michael Jackson. I want to be like
bitches Prince. Passing out when they see you.
Like when I make a lot of music also because on some Tupac shit. Like when I might die. I could die. Like realistically, bro, we can die. Like anybody can die.
Life is too short.
So like I need to have somebody. Like I need to all this shit that's going on up here, bro. I gotta get that shit out. Like, and I need to leave it. And like the only way niggas could like they might forget my name in the future. Like one day, hundreds of years from now, they gonna forget all of us, and they gonna forget my name, but they might not forget my song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, could you name the lead singer of Earth, Wind and Fire?
No,
I can't.
No.
Could you name it? Could you name? It's a lot of people. I mean,
no,
shit.
Yeah.
Some people know who Quincy Jones was not too long ago.
That's true. Yeah.
You know, so like it's like, but they knew all the songs. There's people that still don't know who the fuck Quincy Jones is and probably know a lot of his songs.
Yeah, I mean, timeless music will last. Like, I mean, timeless music is just that timeless. Like
because music is something that we literally make this shit out of nothing. Music is created from nothing, and that shit that will last eternity.
Yeah,
like it's people, bro. We watch pirate movies and they singing songs that they wrote hundreds of years ago, bro. We watch slave movies and they singing Negro spirituals like this hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
We don't know the names of the people that wrote these songs, but we know the songs. And maybe one day a song that I write might not even be a song no more. It might just be a passage that people sing. And maybe, you know what I'm saying, I live on in that way because they're not gonna remember my name, bro. Like I've come to that like realization, like in the future, like hundreds of years from now, none of that shit matters. Like I was watching the Kanye interviews and he was talking about we only got 100 years. And I'm like, bro, niggas not gonna know who you is in 100 years, bro. They don't know the song, they might not know your name. Unless you become Hitler and do some sick ass shit. Then you're like infamous. Like, yeah, you're at that point. But you know, it's certain shit that you can do where niggas be like, oh, I know that nigga. You don't want to know that nigga. You know. And some people do get remembered. I don't want to say that we gonna all be forgotten about. That's what you get what I'm trying to say.
No,
like,
I know what you mean.
That's some deep shit,
so
though. That's deep.
That shouldn't be. What I'm more so trying to say is like that shouldn't be my.
But I would say you're right. You're right in a lot of ways because the history books only have room for so many names. So music is one way people can stay. Because I think music more than movies. Movies can be like it's very rare. Maybe I'm speaking for myself, but to like I'm gonna go watch like a black and white film from like 1945. Like, it's not gonna.
My girl like watching shit like that though.
You know what? Yeah, that's why it's not for everybody because some people do love the Hollywood classics.
But that's why it matters.
True, you're right. You know
I listen to Beethoven sometimes.
I guess art never really dies out in any form because it can always be revived. How many times has a sound or a style or something come back around? So I guess in that sense, art can live on forever. And art and music, movies, all that shit. Like,
it's a great example too. Like I feel like their music gonna live on for so long that niggas not even gonna know that the origin of this shit is really like 3 Shades Mafia. Like a lot of it.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like to the point where even now people don't even be knowing that sometimes. You know, like when the Migos and everybody was taking off, and it was like this was such like the newest shit. And it was like, but it's derivative of like a whole other sound from only like 15 years ago. And the people already forgetting. Like
that's true.
It's so that is so like it's so like what's the word? Superficial. It's superficial. That's the word. So like my goal really is to like create like things that last a long time, like content and music that just people wouldn't forget about it. And I mean, when I get the bigger I get, the bigger it'll be. But on this level, like the best I can do is give my most honest thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like my most honest thoughts. Like no matter what, I could never lie on a song. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like that's one thing I like a code that I'll stick by. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'll tell you a story, but the story ain't a lie because it probably didn't happen to somebody else.
Right. That's a very good way of putting that.
Yeah, some real shit. And I also read somewhere that, like you said, that you try to rap about positive shit, right? Because like Snoop Dogg, he rapped about a murder case and then he caught like the murder charge, whatever the case was. So that you always just try to rap about positive shit. What is it that's so important to you about kind of spreading that positivity to everybody that listens to your music?
I think I've aged a little bit past that statement because I feel like I do try to speak positively, but I can't ignore those moments of negativity because then I'd be lying.
And you just said you tell the truth, yeah. So
because what about the times that I feel like the work? Because I feel like this might be a bold statement, but I do feel like there are times where everybody on this planet feel like not being on this planet. Like I feel like that's a very hard and honest thing for somebody to say. Like I wouldn't say that I would. I'm not saying that I want to do nothing like that. I'm just saying like I've thought that, bro.
In moments of anger, weakness, sadness, heartache,
anything that's not good, positive,
right? Yeah.
But those moments are some of the most important moments too, and I feel like those thoughts can't be ignored.
Some of those moments probably define us better. Help us.
It's people that are struggling more with those moments of low. You know what I'm saying? Way more people that are struggling with those moments of low than like another song where I might be speaking on my highs. Yeah. I guess for better words at this moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more people going through fucked up shit that nobody know about than having a good time. Like, we all having a good time because when we go home, shit might be fucked up.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact.
Yeah, human experience, and I guess making it relatable for your audience, right? Because you never know what your listeners are thinking, or maybe we were talking that with Kevin Kazi in our interview, kind of
Yeah.
how you don't understand, I guess, the significance that you can have as an artist. People will listen to your music because that's how powerful
But
music is.
I think I could easily be a commercial artist.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think that's hard at all. Like it's formulaic as fuck. We've seen it a million times. No disrespect to anybody that is what is a quote unquote commercial artist, because I think there are a lot of very talented commercial artists. But I think like the formulaic aspect of what that is, like I'm sure I could probably do that. I
Mhm.
just don't want that.
Mhm.
I fucking respect that.
Yeah, just being yourself, kind of doing what you want to do,
Yeah.
right?
I respect the shit out of
I
that.
want to try to make whatever my shit is the most commercial I can make it. That's what I'll say. I'll try to find a way to like keep that shit as me as possible, and then like get it to be able to be like big. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at somebody like Tyler the Creator, which I feel like he's probably could have been the big. Well, he's slick, is independent, but he got like a joint venture situation, I think, or something like that with whoever label he worked with. But like I feel like Tyler the Creator could be, if he ever decides to, one of the, if not the biggest independent artists like of all time. Cause all that Odd Future shit back in the day, like yeah, they really made that shit. They figured that shit out, bro. They cracked it.
Yeah.
Bro, they crazy. Like we going on 10 years and they still rap it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that is like a great example of somebody that I want to like aspire to be like on that level. Like this a Grammy nominated nigga who still make weird music.
Grammy winner now. He won.
Yeah,
He won
facts.
2 years in a
Grammy
row.
winner. Facts. Yeah,
No,
yeah. He
no,
got
Nas
two
won
Grammys.
last year, right?
He got
And
two Grammys.
Yeah, he had 2
He got
Grammys
Yeah,
two
he
now.
won
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
He
yeah.
got two
Igor.
Grammys. You right. But
He's,
when
I mean, he's
but you see
grown.
what I'm saying, like he's one of those type of guys. Like when I'm talking about this type, when I'm talking about rap, like or hip hop music, whatever. Like he really cracked the code, bro. He did it his own way, and really on some bullshit. Cause they were really talking about they were on some bullshit.
Yeah.
They did it though, but they figured that shit out, and
He-
the music was actually good. Everybody that he was around was good. Like all the music was quality. It was about something. It could have been conceptual. Even if it wasn't conceptual, it was still good. Like
Mhm.
it was like them. They just knew how to make good music. Like, and everybody around them is like they all like fine and big in their own right. Like
Yeah.
that's somebody that's a great like somebody that's who I look at. Like yeah, I'm like I could do that shit one day. Like
Mhm.
type. You know?
That's
He
awesome.
stayed him all the way.
Yeah. He's grown a lot as an artist too over the past decade.
Yeah,
Grown a lot.
yeah. No, for sure. Like 100%. You could tell he really be in the studio.
Because some of his
He's
shock,
one of them guys.
some of his shock rap shit from earlier in his career I didn't love, but as he evolved, I became
But,
more.
Hey, on some real shit though, yeah, I agree. Like the lyrics were like, but like the music
Yeah.
was always good.
Mhm.
I ain't really heard, even when the beats were like super weird, they were never bad. Unless they were supposed to be bad, because he weird. He be putting shit like that.
I'll have to go back and listen to my old Tyler.
He got some good beats, bro. It's some beats, man. He always just had a great ear for production, but he studied legendary niggas, so that makes sense.
Mhm. That is a good person to kind of look up to as well. And if you're an artist, I feel like it's definitely a good, all the things that he's done and kind of things that he's spoken about. He's definitely.
He was making his own beats.
Mhm.
He was recording himself. He was writing his own raps. He was doing his own art. A lot of the same shit I do now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Slick is a blueprint for like a modern, like quote unquote, whatever they want to call it, like bedroom artist. Like I feel like he is a good blueprint for like that, what we see now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wouldn't say he's like 100% my influence, but I was definitely influenced by his music.
Well,
And
shit,
his
maybe in 10 years they'll be saying, you were a positive, the
They
influence
will.
for people. So I
They will.
like that energy, man. I fucking hope the best for you.
Yeah.
They will, bro. I just gotta figure this shit out. I'm figuring it out, but I'm in the works. That's all it is.
We're glad to be watching the ride, man.